You don't have to pay for AI humanizer tools. You should not pay to humanize your AI articles. It is expensive, it is built based on unproven technologies, and many major tech companies have abandoned the idea altogether. But why exactly? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain why you should never pay for AI humanizer tools, why it doesn't work, and I'm going to show you the simple way to make your AI articles easily pass AI detection tools without spending a dime. So let's dive right into it. Okay, so to refresh your memory, in late 2022, ChatGPT was released into the wild, and many creators have started using it in their content creation process. It was great, it was helpful, and in my opinion, it's extremely good at throwing new ideas. However, it doesn't take long for everyone to start to notice the robotic, overly formal sound of content made by AI. This is a problem. Unlike human articles, which normally sound a bit more flowing and dynamic, AI like ChatGPT produces a predictable writing style regardless of the topic. I mean, if you ask ChatGPT to create engaging titles, it will spew out variations like this. Now, there's nothing wrong with these ideas, but over time, you might start to notice that ChatGPT really like words like mastering, unleash, or deep dive, even though it sounds out of place sometimes. I also started to develop the sixth sense ability to tell if content was made by AI simply by just spotting a few words. And I'm sure a lot of you might feel the same. To put it simply, ChatGPT writing style is predictable and not very creative. With that high predictability and low creativity, this has led to the proliferation of AI content detector tools that claim to identify AI-generated content. Around the same time, we have seen the rise of AI humanizer tools with the aim to turn AI content to look more human and easily pass AI detection tools. For just a few dollars, they will turn your AI content into another AI content that is undetectable by AI detectors. So naturally, a new micro-industry was born and people consider this service as a must-have if you are making content with AI. The reason people use these services is not only to make their AI content sound more human, but also to abide Google's content guidelines. When ChatGPT was released to the general public for the first time, Google considers AI content to be spammy and would not appear on the search results. But a few months later, after seeing that not all AI content is low quality, Google decided that it would display quality content regardless of how it was produced, and in June of 2023, Google further clarified that labeling AI content is unnecessary. So it is clear that Google is okay with content generated by AI, whether it is ChatGPT or Gemini or some random AI tools out there. As long as it answers the search query, it can rank on Google. The same stance can also be heard on Bing and DuckDuckGo as well. So with major search engines approving AI content, the only main proposition of AI humanizer tools is to turn your articles to sound more human. But before the article can be humanized, it needs to be assessed first. The AI detector will see if it can spot where the article originated, human or robot. This is undetectable.ai, possibly the most popular AI humanizer tools out there. When I enter an article I made using ChatGPT 3.5 to this tool, it says the content is written by AI. It still passed one detector with mixed results on others, but overall its assessment is being correct. So that should give me a good reason to pay for AI humanizer tools, right? Well, OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT, shut down its own AI detector in July 2023 due to low accuracy. A study from June 2023 comparing dozens of AI detector tools like Turnitin, Content@Scale, and many more concludes that available detection tools are neither accurate nor reliable. And recently, a study from March 2024 shows that AI detection tools have accuracy rates of just 39.5% and can go lower to 17.4% with manipulated content. Either way you look at it, it is worse than flipping a coin. This accuracy is reduced even further when detecting content from non-native English speakers. Essentially, the AI detector works by looking at a sentence and assess how unexpected the next word is. Since non-native speakers have limited vocabulary and predictable grammar, the sentences can be mistaken for AI-generated content. So to answer the previous question, no, I don't want to pay for AI humanizer tools. Using AI humanizer tool is like asking the AI to detect if the content is made by AI. If so, it tries to make it sound a lot less AI content, which later the AI modified content will be evaluated by AI to see if it still sounds like AI, if that makes sense. But as AI gets better at mimicking human words, the role of AI humanizer will only diminish over time. Before long, it will likely be impossible for any software to consistently tell human and AI writing apart. But I would argue that truly humanizing AI articles is more about adding opinions, experiences, and your creativity into the article rather than trying to fool the AI detection tool. Fortunately, these qualities, at least some of them, can be emulated by AI if you are giving it the right prompt. For example, instead of just write an article about best warm-ups for beginners voice actors, you can add complementary prompts like share personal examples when relevant, use a friendly and engaging tone, be creative in your approach, and break your paragraphs to make them easier to read. But please remember that this is just an example. The key here is to always be specific in your prompt. Tell the AI what is the target audience, what is the writing style, what is the tone, etc. With enough description, you should be able to create AI content that passes the so-called AI detectors. This simple addition will make the article less robotic and more flowing, and to some extent reduce the likelihood of being labeled as AI. Although, as we have discussed earlier, it's really just an empty jargon. And of course, you should always reassess your AI content and try to add your personal touch to it. Spending just 10 to 15 minutes should be enough time to add relevant images, personal stories, adding some memes, and customize the content to your liking. Just look at these two articles. Both are the same, but the second article feels more human because there are some elements that, at least for now, can only be created by human. And I think that's a much better approach to take than fixating on the arbitrary AI detection score that has no ground to begin with. But how about you? Do you agree with that, or do you still prefer to humanize the content the old way? Just let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and please consider subscribing to this channel to see more insight to grow your website. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.